My name is Rebecca Limke and I am a dystopian science fantasy author, and today it occurred to me that I have never actually given a proper introduction of myself. I'm very much introverted and one of those authors that kind of wants to write from their tower, and I figured I would actually share a little bit about myself. I started writing in 2015, which is a decade ago now. It feels crazy. I started writing fiction with this book. This is my first dystopian science fantasy in the Gene Shifters series. And this book, some people know this, some people don't. This book I actually started because of a dream. It was a reoccurring dream, and it actually ended up being one of the last chapters of the book. But I started it because the dream would not leave, and it was so bizarre and so weird. So I wrote it down and I kept writing it down, and it was the exact same wording every single time. It was super weird. I have that with a lot of my projects. If it's meant to be in the draft and in the final book, I will be able to rewrite it and rewrite it and rewrite it exactly the same every single time. Super weird. I don't know if other people are like that. If you are, let me know. But this is my first one. It's Blood of Beast. And I love the main character. She is in the whole series. I'm getting a lot of questions about that. She is in the whole series. And I released this one, I want to say it was in 2021. We'll see. It was in 2021. So I started writing this in 2015 and did not release until 2021. That was because there was some talk back and forth about a traditional publishing deal, and I ended up deciding not to take it. But I released this right after the pandemic. I don't recommend releasing dystopian right after a pandemic. But I love these characters in this series. So this is book 1, and then book 2 came out a year later. And book 3 has been delayed for 2 years, but I have hopefully some exciting news coming really soon about that. But yeah, I started publishing almost a decade ago, or started writing and then later publishing. We've had a lot of things that have kind of interfered with getting book 3 out, but one of the most significant that I've talked about only a little bit is that I actually got diagnosed with eye problems this year. And prior to getting diagnosed, every year, multiple times a year, I would find myself bedridden, unable to walk, unable to do things safely, hitting my head a lot. Come to find out that I was seeing double, but it didn't exactly look that way. And so it didn't really occur to me until my eyes would kind of snap, and I could not see straight, could not think clearly, very nauseous. Do not recommend. So if you're having vertigo and you don't know why, I highly recommend going to an eye specialist. These glasses, for the most part, have fixed it. I still have eye therapy that I have to do, but it's helped so much with the writing and editing process. I did start relying on dictation during part of this journey, and that allowed the world to kind of open back up to me. I never thought that I would be a writer that used dictation. I just didn't think it was something that I could learn, but I did, and while it's still not my preferred method, it definitely helped so much in feeling stuck and like I was never gonna get anything done. So I have way too many hobbies. I love to write, I love to read, I love to paint and draw. I do both digital and in real life painting and drawing. I prefer to do in real life because it's easier for me. I find that digital art is actually much harder for some reason, but I do acrylic, watercolor, oil, and I'm learning gouache. But one of my favorite things to do with art is to make my own paint, and I will do that out of the flowers that people give me. That way I get to keep them and put them into something permanently when they die. So love that. It's super fun. I also just recently for Christmas got an ink pen that I am really excited to learn how to use. And then I crochet and knit, and I have a weaving loom that is over here off frame that I have not gotten to play with yet, but I have used a weaving loom a few times, and I'm really excited to learn that. I also love video gaming. My favorite is definitely Stardew Valley. I feel like it's very chaotic in the best way. And then I also really like Harvest Moon. And anime. I love anime. My favorite would probably be Fairy Tail and Naruto. I have actually seen a couple people on here with profile pictures from those, and I 100% freaked out and got excited. I also really like mythology, which is probably not a surprise if you've read the books. But yeah, I love mythology. I got to take some extra classes in college on mythology and have quite a few books sitting around on it. And then I would have to say my favorite food is potatoes. I love potatoes. I cook them almost every single day. If I'm in charge of cooking, we go through about 10 pounds of potatoes a day here at this house. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. I'd love to know what your favorite things are, what your favorite video game, book, whatever, food is. So drop me a comment and let me know.